say PTSD, are you able to kind of share a little bit about what do you, post-traumatic stress disorder? What was it? What was happening to you at that time when you were in schooling, and how did that interfere with probably your studies?
Yeah, I guarantee. I had a lot of abandonment issues. Wondering, how come I couldn't be with my parents? How come I couldn't be with my mom or my dad? How come they didn't want me? Type thing. So that threw a wrench into my playtime, my life, right? So I started smoking marijuana at a very young age. Cigarettes. My grandmother would buy me cigarettes in grade 6 and 7, right? So just helped me keep me happy, I guess. So.
Well, probably not. On some level, you might think it kept you happy, but what marijuana and cigarettes, all these forms of addiction, they are chemicals that's introduced in your body and mind, and it probably helped you cope with maybe your anxiety, or it made you feel sort of at peace or maybe at calm because it helped you
laugh,
forget.
Yes, yeah, forget, yes.
And so when did some of the other drugs come in picture?
Like 13 years old, 12, 13 years old. LSD, mushrooms, crack, cocaine, right? Alcohol. Alcohol was a big one.
Yes.
Alcohol was probably the worst gateway drug there is for myself.
And so, when you would go to school, and then after school, did you go back home? Did you do regular things at home, or was it all about self-medicating?
Self-medicating mostly. After my grandmother, when I was living with my grandmother, grade 8, grade 9, that's when I started not coming home, staying at my friend's house, staying out in the streets. We'd hang out in the streets lots, do acid, drink alcohol, all the time. It's all we did.
At the time, did you get in trouble with the law?
I don't really get in trouble with the law, but being in the streets like where I went, there's just a lot of other kids on the streets at that time, so it was dangerous, and we had some interactions with the police or other like small street gangs and stuff like that, but never got arrested.
So we're talking about probably early 90s?
Yes, early 90s, yes.
And it was in Vancouver?
Yes.
Was it in the downtown east side?
It was Fraser and Kingsway area, Broadway area, southeast Van.
I see.
Close to downtown, yeah. Main and terminal area.
And tell me, with your grandmother, she took you in, and she was sort of like a support for you.
Yes.
How was she feeling when you didn't come home?
As long as I called, I told her where I was. I told her I was at my friend's house, but we wouldn't stay there too long. As soon as that phone call was over with, I'd hang up and we'd just go on our bikes and just go do stuff, drink alcohol, get money together to get somebody to get us alcohol.
And you also mentioned that you dropped out of school?
I finished grade 10.
Grade 10?
Dropped out. I moved out of my grandmother's house because, I felt like it was really weighing heavy on her. And, me not coming home, and then I had a car at the time, so I dropped out of school, got a job, and I got my own place. I was about 16 years old when I got my own apartment. So I was working 2 jobs. And
do you have any brothers and sisters?
I do have a brother and sister. I have a half brother and sister. Half brother and sister, yeah.
And are they younger than you? Or?
Much younger, yes.
Yeah. And at that time, when being in high school with your grandmother, did they also come with you, or they were at different places?
No, they lived. I didn't really know them at that time.
Yes.
So that was before I really got to know them.